Hey everybody, David Hughes here with my new hammock suspension called Phantom Grappler. No knots, no hardware, never lose your gear. The Phantom Grappler is composed of two parts. So your suspension is modular. You can take it apart and switch out your tree strap or switch out your suspension. When you're in the field, the suspension is hooked together and functions as an all-in-one suspension, even though it's not really all-in-one. And that will help you keep from losing your strap. There's no knots, no hardware, no lose your gear. Now, there are plenty of knots in this video, but they're tied one time, and then you never have to tie them again. Let me show you the parts of the Phantom Grappler suspension. Here's the first part, is a tree strap with a grappler's hitch placed on the end of the tree strap. And all the grappler's hitch is a round turn. There's your round turn right there through the end loop of the tree strap. You have to have the round turn placed on there first. And then a stopper knot such as this 2-strand double diamond knot of the Phantom Grappler suspension is a stock whoopee sling with a continuous loop spliced onto the adjustable end of your whoopee sling. I've used 1/8. I also have one that's 7/64 on the whoopee sling. There it is, a continuous loop interconnected on your whoopee sling. So it's fairly light, and it's not going to come off your whoopee sling unless you take the whoopee sling apart, unless you unsplice your whoopee sling. So this is stuck together. Now, here is what this suspension looks like when it's assembled. All you do is take your continuous loop and make a prusik around the tree strap. This happens to be a 5-wrap prusik, and you can see the whoopee sling has drawn up into it because it's loose. When I'm not hanging, I loosen this so that I can adjust it for the next tree. This is fully adjustable. You can adjust it for your next tree. I usually, like if I'm going to set or I'm going to hang, I place it down towards this end, and then I come up to the tree that I'm going to hang on, and place the strap around the tree, open the loop a little bit, place the double diamond through the loop, give it a good pull as you turn it this way a little bit, give it a good hard pull. That sets this loop where it's going to be fairly tight. And then all you got to do is release it. You see, you release it and the double diamond knot is stuck there, and you can hang off of that. Then you take your Phantom portion of this suspension and you slide it up here, thus eliminating the marlin spike hitch and any problems that you might have encountered with your marlin spike hitch, such as losing your toggle or not wanting to pack your toggle with your equipment, or having to deal with a whoopee sling falling off of a toggle. For some of you ultralighters that use a very short toggle, you may have had problems with your whoopee sling falling off the toggle. But in this case, the whoopee sling cannot fall off the toggle because there's no toggle. And of course, you saw earlier that it was spliced together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the prusik in preparation for hanging. Just pull the prusik up tight. That's pulling it sideways to the strap. And you can pull it up a little bit and then pull it down and set your prusik. And it's going nowhere. Then you set you adjust your whoopee sling as needed. So your whoopee sling is completely adjustable. And then you set your whoopee sling by pulling from the top to the bottom and give it a pull, and it should be set. Always check this before you get in your hammock, but once you've got that set, you're good to go. It grabs incredibly tight. One of the reasons why I use 1/8 is I like the feel of it, and since I love to tie knots, I feel like that if I'm going to tie a knot in am steel, if it derates it slightly, maybe it's a little safer with 1/8, but I believe you could get away with 7/64 on this setup pretty easily. How well will this setup work in extreme weather conditions, blizzards, snow and ice, freezing rain? Don't know. How durable is it? Will it last you for 4 or 5 years? Don't know. But I do know this. You never want to lose your strap. Particularly if you've just hiked 10 or 12 miles and then you realize that one of your straps is back there laying on the ground at your previous campsite or hanging on a tree at your last campsite, or if you've driven 50 or 200 miles and your strap is laying there on your nightstand or in your other pack or on your other suspension. So this keeps you from losing your strap. On my hammock, I just take the dead end of it and I make a lark's head and go around the dead end of, knotty mod on the hammock, or whatever you call that little ball, and just lark's head it onto the hammock and onto the end of the hammock, and it stays on there.